Born in Allentown, Pennsylvania, on November 1, 1996, Gustav Elijah R., better known by the stage name as Lil Peep, grew up in Long Island, New York. He received a good upbringing from his parents, who were both Harvard graduates, but he was impacted by their divorce when he was a teenager. Gus battled anxiety and depression and often felt out of place at school and in his suburban neighborhood, which he would call the shittiest suburbs ever. He used to hide out in his room, skip school, and focused on music as a child. He was intelligent, but he didn't enjoy school. Despite leaving Long Beach High School at the age of 16, he continued to be committed to his music and eventually obtained his online graduation. At the age of 17, he left Long Beach for Los Angeles in pursuit of his dream of becoming a recording artist. He even experienced homelessness in Skid Row during those trying times. However, he discovered his tribe on the internet, collaborating with producers and rappers such as Craig Zen, Ghostmane, and JGRXXN, who came together to form Schemapos. He began releasing songs on SoundCloud in 2014, initially performing as Trap Goose, then topped it off with a lifted Nirvana logo and a solemn aura, adopting the name Lil Peep, a nickname his mother gave him as a child. In its first week, his debut mixtape, Lil Peep, Part 1, had 4,000 plays, which is an incredible accomplishment for an early teen. Followed by his EP Feels and mixtape Live Forever, in which he merged emo atmosphere, trap beats, and a hint of lo-fi rock. In underground hip-hop circles, star shopping from his debut mixtape started to circulate, introducing people to this broken boy with a love for melody. By 2016, Peep had joined the Goth Boy Clique, a group of musicians that included Lil Tracy, Cold Heart, and Wicker Face Springs Eternal. Their music was characterized by raw, emotive sounds with rock and trap beats. In 2016, he released his first mixtape, Cry Baby and Hellboy. Songs like OMFG and Girls received millions of views on SoundCloud. Hellboy's popularity led to his first headline tour, The Peep Show, which took him around the United States in the spring of 2017 and included stops in Russia and the United Kingdom. His views resonated with teenagers experiencing their own suffering. Pitchfork referred to him as the future of emo in January 2017. Peep wasn't just creating music, he was living it with his pink hair, face tattoos, and outrageous attire. Following some turmoil with Goth Boy Clique, he released his debut studio album, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1, in August 2017. The album peaked at number 38 on the Billboard 200 and has a strong pop-punk and rap-rock leaning. It was a huge thrill for him when his song Awful Things peaked at number 79 on the Hot 100. Fans adored Peep for being open and honest about everything, including his addictions and bisexuality. He was a hero to many because of his unvarnished honesty. Peep never held back when discussing his troubles. His story included depression, anxiety, and addiction, all of which he incorporated into his songs. He would sing about taking Xanax and drinking lean to explain how he dealt with the pain. However, fame had its own set of issues. In May 2017, he was publicly chastised by the band Mineral for using their song Love Letter Typewriter as a sample in his song Hollywood Dreaming without their consent. Despite his cool-headed assurance that he was simply showing love, Peep caused a stir. His circumstances took a depressing turn on November 15, 2017. Only a few hours before a show at The Rock, he was found dead on his tour van in Tucson, Arizona. Attempts at cardiopulmonary resuscitation failed to revive him. He had cocaine and marijuana in his system, and the Pima County medical examiner eventually determined that it was an unintentional overdose of Xanax laced with fentanyl. That day, he also posted a distressing Instagram video in which he talked about his experience taking 6 Xanax. Fans and his family questioned why no one had called 911 sooner after seeing footage from the bus that showed him out for hours. Later, his mother filed a lawsuit against First Access Entertainment for failing to take precautions to keep him safe and prevent drug use while on tour. Peep's passing was devastating. Following his death, his fan base grew rapidly, and Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1 went viral. The music video for 16 Lines was released the day after he passed away, and posthumous songs like Spotlight with Marshmello and For Gold Chains with Clams Casino followed. In order to release his previously unreleased tracks, Columbia Records signed his library in 2018 after collaborating with his co-producers, including Smokey Sack and his mother. His life was made more widely known to his followers by the documentary Everybody's Everything and its accompanying album, while Diamonds with I Love Mackinac was finally released in September 2023 following multiple delays. The 2018 release of the single Falling Down drew criticism from fans and members of the Goth Boy clique, who had barred Peep from XXXTentacion because of the latter's violent background. During a live YouTube broadcast of his Long Beach memorial on December 2, 2017, fans wore pink and black, revealing how his music had benefited them. In addition to being a musician, Lil Peep was a generational idol. He combined the heavy beats of trap with the raw passion of emo to create a sound that sounded like an embrace for someone who was lost. He was transparent about his problems, bisexuality, and mental health, and fans felt heard. Because of how authentic, sloppy, and lovely his music was, he was called the Kurt Cobain of SoundCloud. He defied fashion trends with his pink hair and face tattoos, but his heart kept him timeless.